Ever notice those people who never seem to post their photos online? In a world that feels obsessed with showing off every meal, every vacation, and every new outfit, they choose silence. They are on your friends list. They're active, but their profile picture is a decade old, and their feed is a ghost town of personal images. What's going on in their heads? Are they hiding something? Or have they discovered a secret to a more peaceful life that the rest of us are missing? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating psychology of people who stay out of the social media spotlight. It's not about being antisocial or tech. In fact, it's often the opposite. It's a deliberate choice, rooted in a powerful sense of self. So, grab a seat, and let's explore the minds of the digital ghosts among us. First and foremost, a key reason many people don't post photos is that they simply don't need external validation. Think about it. Why do we post a photo? Often, it's to get a reaction. We want likes, comments, and shares to confirm that we look good, that our life is exciting, or that we're happy. It's a quick hit of dopamine, a digital pat on the back. But for those who abstain, their self-worth isn't tied to a like count. They've built their confidence from the inside out. Their sense of identity is stable and doesn't fluctuate based on public opinion. They already know who they are, what they value, and what makes them happy. They don't need 100 strangers to double-tap a picture to feel seen or appreciated. Their validation comes from their real-life achievements, their relationships, and their own internal compass. They've unhooked themselves from the public performance of happiness and are simply living it instead. This leads us directly to the second major point. They value privacy over popularity. In our hyper-connected age, privacy has become a rare and precious commodity. Every photo we post, every location we tag, adds a piece to a massive digital puzzle of our lives, accessible to friends, acquaintances, and even complete strangers and corporations. People who don't post photos are keenly aware of this. They understand that once something is online, it's there forever, and they have very little control over how it's used, interpreted, or shared. They choose to keep their personal moments personal. A beautiful sunset, a family celebration, a quiet moment of reflection. These experiences are for them to savor, not for an audience to consume. They're drawing a clear boundary between their public and private selves. They see their life as a private sanctuary, not a public stage. This isn't about being secretive, it's about being selective. They are the gatekeepers of their own story, and they choose not to broadcast it to the world. They're protecting the authenticity of their experiences from the pressure of public performance. Third, these individuals are often observers, not performers. Social media platforms are designed to encourage performance. We curate our feeds, select the most flattering photos, and write captions that present the best version of ourselves. It's a constant show. But some people are more comfortable in the audience than on the stage. They are the watchers, the listeners, the thinkers. They use social media as a tool to gather information, keep up with friends and family, and learn about the world, rather than a platform to broadcast their own lives. They enjoy seeing what others are up to, but feel no compulsion to join the chorus. They find fulfillment in observing and processing rather than demanding attention. This isn't a passive role. It's an active, conscious choice. They are silently processing the world around them, forming their own opinions without the need to shout them from the digital rooftops. Their silence is not emptiness. It's filled with thought, reflection, and a deep understanding of the world they're observing. And that brings us to a more subtle, almost philosophical point. They find a unique kind of peace and mystery. In a world where everyone's life is an open book, there's something powerful and alluring about maintaining an air of enigma. When you don't post every detail of your life, people can't make snap judgments about you based on a curated feed. You're not a brand to be consumed. You are a person to be known. This forces others to engage with them on a deeper level in the real world. You can't get to know them by scrolling through their photos. You have to talk to them, listen to them, and spend actual time with them. This preserves the magic of human connection. Their story unfolds through conversation, not through a feed. This mystery isn't a wall to keep people out. It's a filter that invites genuine, meaningful relationships. It creates a space where they can be their full, complex, and unedited selves, free from the one-dimensional box of a social media persona. So, when we see someone who doesn't post photos, it's easy to assume they're insecure, boring, or hiding something. But more often than not, the opposite is true. They aren't hiding. They are simply protecting what's real. They are protecting their peace, their privacy, and the authenticity of their own lived experiences. They understand that a life fully lived doesn't need to be fully documented for public consumption. This mindset aligns beautifully with the principles of Stoicism. The ancient Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote in his personal journal, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." This can be interpreted in a modern context. Be tolerant of how others choose to use social media, but be strict with yourself about why you use it. Are you seeking attention, or are you seeking connection? Are you performing, or are you living? True confidence doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to constantly announce its presence. It is quiet, self-assured, and internally sourced. The person who doesn't post their photo isn't rejecting the world. They're embracing a different way of being in it. They've chosen an internal locus of control, finding their anchor within themselves rather than in the shifting tides of public opinion. They're living by their own standards, not the algorithms. So, the next time you scroll past that blank profile picture or an avatar of a cartoon character, don't jump to conclusions. Instead, consider the strength it takes to opt out of the global performance. In a world that screams for attention, their silence is a statement. It's a declaration of self-sufficiency, a commitment to privacy, and a quiet rebellion against the pressure to perform. In the end, it's not that they need the world to see them less. It's because they already see themselves clearly. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today. If this resonated with you, or if you know someone who fits this description, share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content that explores the psychology of our modern world. See you in the next one.